In this age of instant communication where we can all just reach out and connect with almost anyone, it's interesting to me that some people have still struggled to connect with that special someone. And sometimes they try more traditional, old-fashioned methods of communication. For example, a lot of newspapers have one of those I Spy columns. You know, the sort of thing, oh, I saw you on the number 38 bus on Tuesday, you were looking hot, that kind of thing. The Metro has one. It's called Rush Hour Crush. Love, well, lust is all around us, as is proven by the messages left by our commuter cupids. Are they talking about you? Oh, I love the Rush Hour Crush. What I love is seeing how many people use it in ways that give them no chance whatsoever of connecting. This is the sort of thing I mean. To the tall, dark, handsome man wearing a beige coat who got on at Oxford Circus. Coffee? Brunette with headphones. You haven't even said what time of day it was, what day it was, what line we were on. Do you know how busy Oxford Circus is? It's like bloody Piccadilly Circus down there, I tell you. You get loads like this. These are amazing to me. To the blonde in the red dress on the westbound Jubilee line just before 9 a.m. on Friday. I kept smiling at you, but you were busy with your iPhone. Drink? She didn't look at you. She has no idea who you are. The answer is clearly no, guy in grey fleece, no. I've been following this column for ages, and you hardly ever see a reply. It's very exciting when you do see one. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. To the fiery ginger girl with long locks. You had a hole in your tights that made me smile. You got on the Piccadilly line at Knightsbridge. Can I buy you a fishbowl and a schnitzel? Signed, mysterious man in black coat with chin spots. That romantic missive got a reply saying this. To the mysterious man in the black coat with chin spots. I was hoping no one had noticed the hole in my tights. I would like to know more over a fishbowl. This cannot be genuine, can it? Surely this is a drug deal being arranged, isn't it? You almost never see a real reply, not a reply you can believe in. It is so exciting when you do. There was one a little while ago. There was a reply. This girl has written in saying, to the gorgeous guy who works in the coffee shop at Letchworth Garden City Station. How many times do I have to smile and make conversation before you ask me out? Signed, cappuccino, 1 sugar. And that's a fundamental error on her part right there, isn't it? The guy works in a coffee shop. Cappuccino, 1 sugar is highly unlikely to be a rare order in a busy train station coffee shop, is it? He doesn't know who you are. He's got no way of identifying you from the crowd of other customers, which is why I think she got the reply that she did. It came from not one, but from 2 people, ladies and gentlemen. Cappuccino, 1 sugar. There are 2 guys who work in Letchworth Garden City train station coffee shop. Give us a clue. Perfect. Perfect. I love the day in the shop. I love thinking about the idea of these 2 guys. Who do you think it is? Which one of us do you think it is? Because you know that secretly, deep down, they both know. There's a hot guy there going, oh, it could be you, it could be me. And you know deep down he's thinking, it's me. And the other guy there, he's so flattered by being asked the question, he's thinking, yeah, okay, yeah, I suppose it could be me, yeah. Well, why not? Let's ask. But really, he's sitting there thinking, it's him. He knows it's the hot guy. It is weird, though. They've got to reply, haven't they? She must read the Metro. She must have known that this was there, so now she's bound to reply, giving them a clue. So I tuned into the column every day for a week or so. Nothing turned up. It was a bit disappointing. And after a while, I thought, you know what? This story isn't going anywhere. Somebody needs to move this story on. And really, it's almost my public duty to stick my oar in and stir the pot in some small way. You can't just make stuff up. You've got to know your territory, haven't you? You've got to know what you're talking about. So I went on a little road trip to Letchworth, the world's first garden city. There it is, the world's first garden city. I'm not exactly sure what a garden city is. I presume it means they've provided green open spaces and they're proud of the amount of greenery they provide, which I hope explains this beautiful display at the train station. Be very proud of yourselves, Letchworth. That's a wonderful thing you've done there. Anyway, there is only one coffee shop in the train station. It is called Rico's. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, and there I am outside Rico's. And you know what? It was very small, it was quite pokey, you wouldn't get many people in there, a long queue would definitely be leaving the building. So having done my research, I had to then think about my motivation. And if you think about this, it's quite tricky, because these are real people. Cappuccino One Sugar wants to get with the hot guy in the coffee shop, and for all we know, he wants to get with Cappuccino One Sugar. If I send something pretending to be one of them, that's really not very fair. If I send something pretending to be some hot, attractive guy who's stealing her away or stealing him away, that's not fair either, because I'm making this guy up. If it splits up a couple who haven't even got together yet, that's messing with real people's real lives. So in the end, I thought the only morally appropriate thing to do was to send a message from someone who was an out-and-out cock. Because then, if she's attracted by that, well, then the guys in the coffee shop are well shot of her. And if she isn't, then she might be encouraged to be bolder, to go forth and speak to the people in Rico's. So I sent a message. I didn't expect it to get in. I just sent an email to the Metro from a made-up email address. But it did get in, and it was very exciting. Here is my message in the Rush Hour Crush. They gave the whole column to me on this particular occasion. Cappuccino One Sugar. If you're the girl I think you are, I'm often in the queue behind you at Letchworth Garden City Station's coffee shop. I've tried flirting, but you're too busy trying to get the attention of the guy behind the counter. I'm training to be a barrister. You're ignoring me for a barista. Please turn around so we can discuss my briefs. Signed, Shiny Shoes English Breakfast Tea. And I'll tell you what, when I saw that in the Metro at the breakfast table, me and Mrs. Gorman had a high five. We were very happy with our day's work at that point. I wasn't expecting it to get in, I was delighted. I definitely wasn't expecting to see it cause a fuss, but it did. Twitter got into a bit of a flap about it. Honestly, there were loads of messages like this. Today's Rush Hour Crush just nearly made me throw up. Said this fella, bloody hell, wasn't expecting that. And this, best Rush Hour Crush ever. Thank you, Twitter, for spreading the Metro love. Yeah, I'm loving the Letchworth Station coffee shop love triangle in the Metro. Love triangle. Will they, won't they? This is very exciting. I've never been in a love triangle before. And she wasn't the only person calling it that. There was loads. Anyone else gripped by the Letchworth coffee shop love triangle? There were loads of people gripped by it, not just me and not just them. In the Metro, they also have a send us your text column. You can send them a text on any subject, and someone sent them one saying, anyone else waiting to hear what happened with the coffee shop love triangle in Rush Hour Crush? Did she choose the barrister or the barista? Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? This chap, he speaks with knowledge. He must be from Letchworth. I see this barrister thing in the Metro. I know the coffee shop in Letchworth Station as it goes. A certain Shiny Shoes might find a coffee-stained boot up his arse with the quickness. Yeah. And some people got surprisingly aggressive. Look at this. Oh, local trainee barrister from Letchworth shows himself to be total cock whilst trying to appear to be romantic. The weird thing is, that is exactly the effect I was going for what I think are morally sound reasons, and yet, when I see somebody else saying it, I start getting all defensive. Like it's actually me. It's just a made-up guy. And there were loads of them like this. What a douche. Perfect word, douche. Douche was a big theme for this fella. A+ in douchebaggery. That led to the Sunday People no less, describing me, or rather him, as Earth's worst man. They know about the worst men, all right. This is the Sunday People we're talking about. So we've had douche and douchebaggery. This one was completely new on me. Definition of douche canoe. I think we can all agree it needed defining, didn't it? I'm not sure if that was my favourite insult. It was either that or self-important twat sack. It's glorious. But it wasn't just insults. Some people were threatening physical violence. Honestly, I hope she turns around and throws the coffee in his face, to be honest. Same person tweeting, poison anyone who orders an English breakfast tea to cover the bases. Bloody hell! I was starting to get weirded out. That's not very nice, is it? This is the one that tipped me over the edge. It disgusts me. A woman should be able to get coffee without the threat of serious harassment. And I take issue with the idea that this is serious harassment. It isn't serious harassment, is it? Not really. In fact, I would suggest that what he is doing to her is nowhere near as bad as what she is doing to him. For two main reasons. Look at it this way. She is a customer. She can leave. He works there. He can't leave. He is trapped. Two, she's real. He's bloody fictional, isn't he?